This, where we spotlight things in the Bible and we talk about them, okay? Let's go. So today we're in Luke 8 and 26. I'm not going to read it in your own time. But in this particular passage, we are talking about Jesus when he meets this man in the cemetery by the name of Legion. Okay, for those of you who don't know, Legion was a man that had many spirits inside of him. Okay, this man lived in a cemetery. They in the Bible it describes him as crazy and demon possessed and all this other stuff. And it said that he had not worn clothes in a very long time. He lived in the cemetery. Okay, for you to live in a cemetery, if someone said that they lived in a cemetery, we would look at them as if they were crazy, because who in their right mind wants to live amongst the dead? Okay, who wants to do that? So Jesus meets this man, okay, and again, they said he had not worn clothes in a long time. He was living in a cemetery. He's crazy. He's mentally unstable, and which is just like some of us. Some of us are mentally unstable. We don't know who we are on a daily basis. People don't know what they're going to get from us on a daily basis. They don't know if we're good one day and not the other day. They don't know what personality trait that they're going to get from us. And what's crazy is when you talk to church people, nobody wants to be compared to Legion. We want to be everybody else in the Bible except for Legion, when in fact some of us are Legion. Some of us have this same personality trait. We're demon possessed. We are walking around with dead things. We're pouring our dead situations on other dead people. We're living in a cemetery. And then what's crazy is that everybody else can see it except for us. It says this man was naked, and he was naked for a while, living in a cemetery. And what's crazy is that everybody can see what's wrong with us except for us. Isn't that crazy? Everybody can see that there's something inside of you that needs to be taken care of. There's something inside of you that's just not right. There's something that needs to die. You're already living in a cemetery amongst dead things. Nothing about you says life. Why was this man so crazy and demon possessed? If you was living in a cemetery, and they say he was talking to himself, if you were living in a cemetery, well, I'm saying that if you were living in a cemetery, more than likely you have lost your mind. So you probably is talking to yourself, because you're living amongst the dead. So who else could you be talking to besides other dead people? That's what we do. We surround ourselves with people just that contains the same personality trait that we do. We're dead, so we want to be around other dead people. I'm telling you now, it's time for you to come out of that dead place. Come amongst the cemetery. It's time for you to live. It's time for you to have life. Do not go back into the cemetery. Once you leave, don't go back. This is not the season to be around other dead people. Find some people that are living. You remember the scripture says, why are you looking, when they were looking for Jesus, why are you looking for the living amongst the dead? There is no way that you can be living, that you can have life and be around dead people. Be around dead situations. Cut it off at the root. It's time for you to have life and have it more abundantly. Okay? This is Spotlight This.